A single ransomware breach incident now costs an affected organization an average of roughly $5 million to resolve. This chart shows victim counts listed on leak sites. The projection hits roughly 7,000 by the end of 2026. That is 5 times the level we saw in 2020. Standard endpoint detection and response software is no longer enough to stop these attacks. Threat groups use advanced platforms to bypass those filters. Open a blank document. We're going to draft 3 specific mandates for your Chief Information Security Officer to execute starting today. Ransomware is now a core business risk. It requires active executive validation. You cannot simply delegate it to software. Step 1. Direct your IT lead to execute a full, unannounced recovery test from your primary backups. A successful scheduled backup means data was copied. A successful restoration means that data can actually be pulled back and used when systems go down. They are 2 entirely different things. Demand a report showing the exact time to recovery, or TTR, in a simulated testing environment. The test is only complete when the data is restored with 100% integrity. Many organizations rely on automated backup successful emails. Relying on those emails without testing the recovery mechanism guarantees failure during an actual breach. Backups only have value if the restoration process holds up against a hard deadline. Step 2. Schedule a 2-hour simulation of a ransomware breach. Bring in legal, PR, and IT, and the executive team. For this drill, assume the attackers have already bypassed your primary network defenses. Your goal here is to document communication delays. When stakeholders are forced to make high-stakes recovery decisions, you need to see exactly where the bottlenecks happen. This timeline tracks the executive decisions required during a simulated 12-hour attack. Match your boardroom actions against these milestones. The end state of this exercise is a post-mortem document. List every operational delay your team encountered. The tabletop exercise does not need a perfect response. It exists to show you exactly where the organization is most likely to fail. Step 3. Order an immediate audit of all high-level credentials and active remote administration tools. Compromised internal credentials are the primary way ransomware groups enter and move through your system. Implement hard credential checks and multi-factor authentication for every remote access point. Restrict the use of remote admin tools. They must only operate within verified, monitored sessions. Finally, obtain a signed verification from your security team stating that 0 unmonitored or unverified remote access points exist on the network. Glazing open credentials isolates a breach. It stops attackers from moving laterally through the business. Those are your 3 mandates. Validate the backups, rehearse the worst-case scenario, and audit internal credentials. Send this finalized document to your security leadership immediately. Give the team a 30-day deadline to return the backup test results, the simulation postmortem, and the credential audit. Executing these 3 directives moves your organization out of passive risk. It builds active resilience against the threats coming in 2026.